guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about tips for beginners. I have 15 amazing tips for you guys, and I am super excited about this video because I've actually never done anything like this on my channel, which is super weird and ironic because on my Facebook page from like day one I've been all about beauty tips. I've been like the beauty tip guru. Before I get started, let me just say that if you are more advanced in makeup like I am, then some of these are going to seem kind of commonsensical to you, but never assume that something is common sense, especially when it has something to do with makeup, because I just started joining like beauty groups on Facebook and stuff, and you'd be surprised at some of the questions that people ask that seem super simple to me, and I'm like, how do you not know that? But I have to stop and think, you know, some of these people don't have the time like I do to sit and research stuff and watch beauty videos on YouTube and stuff. Some people just don't have that time or the ability to do that. So these are not common sense to everyone, but if you are more advanced, then this video probably isn't for you. But I'm also super excited about today's video because it is a collab with one of my good friends on YouTube, Kayla Aaron. I will leave all of her information below, all of her social media and stuff, and her YouTube channel. But where I'm doing tips for beginners, she's going to do a false lash application for beginners and how to apply false lashes and stuff, which can really come in handy for someone like me who still cannot apply false lashes. So after you watch this video, go ahead and head over to her channel and show her some love and watch her video. But these are just tips that I wish I had known when I first started wearing makeup, because a lot of these I didn't figure it out until like a matter of a few years ago. So if I had known these like in middle and high school, I would have felt so much better about myself, and I just would have had a whole lot better of a time with my makeup. So if you guys want to hear my best 15 tips for beginners, then please keep watching. Tip number one is to always moisturize your skin. I don't care if you have oily skin, dry skin, normal combination, whatever skin type you have, everyone needs to apply moisturizer at least once a day, preferably day and night, but at least before you apply your makeup. Not only will it provide a smooth, soft, hydrated base for your makeup, it'll just make everything apply a whole lot easier and blend out a whole lot better than without it. It'll also help premature aging, because as we age, we lose moisture in our skin, so if we're putting that moisture back into our skin, it's going to help slow the process just a little bit. I feel like the biggest myth with moisturizer is that if you have oily skin, then you think, oh, I have enough moisture in my skin. I have an excessive amount of moisture in my skin. Because with oily skin, you actually don't have enough moisture in your skin. So your skin tells itself, okay, there's not enough moisture, so I have to keep producing sebum, which is oil. So your skin produces an excessive amount of oil to compensate for what you naturally don't have. So if you counteract that process by applying moisturizer, then it's kind of going to balance things out a little bit more, and you're not going to be as oily. And even if you have normal skin, you still need to moisturize. It'll just help the pH in your skin and just help balance everything out. So apply moisturizer to your face and neck every single day. Tip number two kind of goes along with tip number one, and that is to apply sunscreen every single day that you're going to be going outside. I don't care if it's sunny, rainy, cloudy, snowing, whatever the weather conditions may be, you need to apply some sort of sunscreen, because even though the sun may not be beaming down on you, the sun's UV rays can still penetrate your skin. There's two types of UV rays. There are UVA rays and UVB rays. UVA rays are ones that penetrate the skin, so they actually get down deep into the skin's surface, and those are what causes wrinkles and dark spots. And the UVB rays just kind of hit the surface, and that's what burns you. So how I like to remember it is that UVA means aging and UVB means burning. So even when the sun's not out, you can still get UVA rays from it, and that's what will cause premature aging. So it's better late than never, but this tip is more geared towards like the younger side, because if you start out early, then you're going to stop it. It's easier to stop something than to completely like reverse it and eliminate it. You need to start wearing a sunscreen of at least SPF 30 every single day. So SPF 30 every single day, and you will look like you are 30 when you are 60. Tip number three is face primer, and I didn't start using a primer on my face until about, I guess, high school. Keeping my face makeup on throughout school was like my biggest problem and my biggest insecurity with makeup, because I would put my makeup on at like 6 something every single morning, and I wouldn't take it off until like I went to bed that night. So I'd have makeup on from like 6 to like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and my makeup just never looked fresh and radiant, and it just faded really bad. I was never proud of my makeup. But a primer will just provide a smooth base for your makeup, and just like moisturizer, it'll just help everything blend out a lot better. And I know that when I don't apply primer, which is extremely rare if at all, I just feel like my makeup just doesn't blend. I feel like I'm like taking glue to my face, and it will also help keep your makeup on longer, which is the biggest thing for me. And primer also acts as kind of a barrier between your skin and your face makeup. So say you're applying your face makeup without any primer on, it's just going to stick to your skin and everything is just going to sink in, and it can clog your pores and cause breakouts and stuff. So when you apply primer, it's kind of like a wall. So when you apply your face makeup, it's sitting on top of the primer instead of your skin. Just know that less is more when you apply primer. All you need is a drop the size of like a raisin, or just dot that all over your face and then blend it out, because the more you apply, it can kind of cake up your makeup. So tip number 4 is probably one of the most important short-term and long-term, and that is to wash your makeup off every single night. I don't care if you're going to a sleepover and you don't want your friends to see you without makeup on. Girl, get over it. And I don't mean that you have to wash your face with like a cleanser and water every single night, because personally I only wash my face once a day. If you can wash it twice a day, morning and night, it's going to be more beneficial to you, but I only do once. That's just me. But even if it's just using makeup wipes or cold cream or anything, just take it off. When I was researching some of these tips to kind of get more in depth with you guys, I came across this experiment that a woman did for a month where she didn't take off her makeup the entire month, and she was going to see a dermatologist. I don't know how frequently, but the dermatologist was like looking at her skin very like microscopically. She did a before and after picture from when she first started to like after that month was over, and she looked like she had aged like 5 to 10 years. Like, she did not look like the same woman. But if you're someone that doesn't take your makeup off at night and you wake up the next morning and just apply more on top of it, please stop, because it's so bad for your skin. I wrote down a few things that this can do to your skin if you don't take your makeup off. It can cause acne, it can cause dryness, dullness, clogged pores, redness and irritation, unevenness, premature aging. It can cause irritation around your eyes if you don't take your eye makeup off. It can cause like swelling. It can make your pores look larger where everything's sinking into them. It takes like 3 minutes. Take your makeup off every single night. So number 5 is another skincare tip, and I think it's important to include these in this video because taking care of your skin will help your makeup life as well. If you have good skin, you won't have to do much with your makeup. So number 5 is to exfoliate at least once or twice a week, and I'm mainly talking about exfoliating your face, but if you can exfoliate your body as well, that's just going to be all the better for you. But exfoliate your face once or twice a week, and what exfoliating does is it removes the dead skin cells on the surface of your skin. So this is going to help breakouts, it's going to help unclog your pores, it's going to help with texture. So say you apply moisturizer or cleanser or toner or whatever skincare product that you use, and say you apply it on dead skin cells. Products are going to have to like pretty much eat through the dead skin cells, and it's going to take longer for them to absorb. So if you apply those products to an exfoliated face where it's nothing but new cells on the surface, everything is just going to absorb better, and it'll also help revive your skin and make your skin look brighter and more youthful, and just make it look less dull. It just makes your skin look so much better, and it'll make your makeup look better too because you're not applying it to dead skin. Tip number 6 is eye primer, and if I had known about eye primer in middle school and high school, my goodness. I'm talking about any primer, but in particular any kind of skin tone primer that like helps conceal, because if you guys have watched me for any length of time, you'll know that I only use skin tone primers that conceal my eyelids, because they will just conceal all of the ugliness on your eyelids, because your eyelid area is like the thinnest skin on your face, so you can see like veins and discoloration and purple, and it's an ugly mess. So like a face primer, eye primers just kind of give you a smooth base to start with your eyeshadows, but they'll also help keep your eyeshadows on a lot longer. They'll also prevent like creasing and smudging, and it will also help you to get the true color of your shadows, especially if you have a skin tone primer. That's one of my favorite things about skin tone primers, aside from the fact that they actually conceal, but you get like the true blue shade of the eyeshadows that you're using, because I know that when I use like a transparent or a clear eyeshadow primer, I just feel like I have to build up the color so much more, and it's just a lot less work if you have a skin tone primer, because it's like starting from scratch. Number 7 is fill in your brows. I didn't start doing my brows until like 4 or 5 years ago, and looking back at pictures, my makeup just did not look good. It just didn't look complete. So even if you have super like full brows and you think they're perfect, they're not. You need to fill them in. So even if you do have full eyebrows, I'm sure you have sparse areas, so take an eyebrow product and just fill in those sparse areas at least, and you will tell such a big difference in your makeup. But eyebrows are literally the most face framing thing on your face, but just know that the fuller the brow, the more youthful the appearance. And even if you were 14 years old and you're just like, I want to look older, I want to look like I'm 18, trust me, when you get my age, I'm only 21, and when people say I look like I'm 17 or 18, I'm just like, yes. So when you go in and darken them a little bit, or define them, or maybe give them a little bit more of an arch, they will just make your makeup look and your eyes look so much better. Like, you can go from here to here just by doing your brows. Number 8 is something that I actually didn't learn. There's a gnat flying around my face. Go away. Number 8 is apply your foundation before concealer, because if you apply concealer first and then you go in with your foundation, you're just blending away the concealer and it's like you didn't do it at all, so you're just wasting your time. That'll also give you better coverage. So foundation before concealer. Number 9 is another concealer trick, and this is something that I didn't learn for the longest time, and I'd been told numerous things by my mother, who kept feeding me lies. So this concealer tip has to do with which color to use for different purposes. So if you're concealing under the eyes, so say you're concealing dark circles or you just want to brighten, go with a shade that's at least 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone, because anything that's lighter will bring emphasis and attention to that area. So you want to brighten under the eyes, and that'll just make your eye makeup look better as well. But if you're concealing on the face, like blemishes or acne or anything, apply a concealer that's the same color as your skin. So the whole reason I first started wearing makeup in middle school, like face makeup, was because I was trying to cover acne, because like most teenagers, I suffered from puberty acne and it sucked. So I wasn't concealing under the eyes or anything. I didn't know what that was or why I would do it. And my mom first told me to go with a shade that's lighter than my skin tone, and then she changed her mind and said to go with something darker. Why does that make sense? Number 10 is to never apply eyeliner to only the bottom lash line or the bottom waterline. I still see people do this, and I still see it being like an epidemic in like the younger years, but the point of eyeliner is to define your eyelashes and make them look thicker and bolder and like blacker. So if you're applying it only to like the lower waterline or like the lower lash line, you're defining your lower lashes, and it just makes your eyes look very unbalanced if you're not applying anything to the top lash line. So if you're going to apply eyeliner, at least apply it to the top lash line, and I promise you it does not look good when you only apply it down here. Number 11 is like a makeup sin, and usually I say there's no rules to makeup. Do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good. But this is like a no-no. Like, this is a rule. So tip number 11 is to match your foundation to your neck, not to your face, because sometimes our face is a different color than our neck. Sometimes our face is darker, sometimes it's lighter, and if we're only matching it to what we look like on our face, and it's not going to match our neck or the rest of our body, and it's not going to blend, and you're going to have that line of demarcation like right along your neck. Like, I see so many girls that are like orange or super dark, and then it's like, oh, there's your natural color, you're lying to yourself. So when you're testing makeup, always test it along your jawline and your neck. Some people like to test it with their chest, and when you're applying your foundation, always blend it along your neck too. Like I said, you can blend it down to your chest as well, but that's just more makeup that can get on your shirt and stuff. So I usually stop about right here, and that's usually where I test my makeup. So test your foundations on your neck and blend it down on your neck as well. Number 12 is all about blush and bronzer, and I really didn't start using blush until probably high school, and my mom always got on my nerves so bad. She'd always be like, you need to apply blush, you need to apply more blush, you look dead, your skin looks lifeless, you need some color to your face. And I never listened to her, and then once I started watching YouTube videos, I kind of got into it more. So thanks for the heads up, Mom, but apparently I didn't like to listen. Bronzer is something I only started wearing like a year ago, which I hate myself for it, because bronzer has changed my life. But I see so many people from all ages that don't put on blush or bronzer, or don't put on enough, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is your life? Always, always, always apply blush. It'll just accentuate your eyes and your eye makeup. It makes everything look so much better. And I know some people starting out are kind of leery of bronzer. It's like, that's scary. And I know a lot of people apply bronzer all over their face, which I think it's stupid, because you get foundation to match your neck, and if you're applying bronzer, then you don't match the rest of your body. That just does not make sense. So I apply bronzer pretty much to the perimeter of my face. So I go right here in the hollows and I blend it on the cheeks a little bit, and then I bring it up towards my hairline, so pretty much right here around my forehead. And you can see the color too. It just gives you so much more color. Then I'll apply some along my jawline, and then I'll dust some along the sides of my nose. Bronzer will just kind of give you some color to your skin, especially if you're pale. It'll just give you some color and just make you look more healthy. And you can apply blush in different ways according to like your face shape, but I like to apply blush from like the apples of my cheeks back towards my hairline. I think that looks the best personally. If you don't know where your cheekbones or the apples of your cheeks are, a lot of people like to smile. I don't like to do that. I feel like that just squinches them up too much. So I usually do this little number where I like purse my lips together, like, and as you can see, you can just perfectly see where my cheekbones and the apples of my cheeks are. So blush and bronzer will change your makeup life. So number 13 is an eyeshadow technique, and I feel like when people first start out with wearing makeup and like applying eyeshadow and stuff, it is really tricky. So when in doubt, do the sandwich technique, which is the easiest technique, and that is to just kind of stack colors on top of each other. So stack a lighter color on your eyelid, and then like a darker color in the crease, and then another lighter color on your brow bone, and that will give you a complete eye look until you learn how to do it a little more advanced. Number 14, I'm kind of doing 2 tips in one, so I don't go over 15 tips. But number 14 is all about keeping your makeup on longer, and that is with a setting powder and a setting spray. A setting powder and a setting spray are meant to keep your makeup on longer, and I like to go for translucent setting powders because the more coverage that you build up on your skin, the more chance you have at getting like cakey and thick looking makeup. So a setting spray is good for not only keeping your makeup on longer, but it also helps get rid of any cakiness or powderiness that can come with like layering products on your face. So a translucent finishing powder and a setting spray will keep your makeup on so much longer, especially if you're in school or at work. So number 15 is another extremely important one, and that is to wash your brushes at least once a week, if not every other week. There's so much bacteria that builds up in your brushes over time. It can spread bacteria over your face, which in turn causes acne, and plus you're just not getting the true colors of your eyeshadows when they're not clean. Like if you have a brush that you dipped into 20 eyeshadows, like you're not getting the true colors of those. So this is something that's good for short term and long term. So wash your makeup brushes every week, if not every other week. So that is it for my favorite tips for beginners. If you guys like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want to see more tips for beginners, like hair tips or skin tips or whatever, and I will be glad to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe. All my social media links are below in the description box, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.